Chrisean Rock is a terrible mother and it doomed her son before he's even gotten a chance. So I don't really know exactly what's going on, but I know that she is the head of toxicity. She is the leadership of toxicity in black culture for these ladies. I'm talking about Zeus Network toxic. So let's see why Chrisean Rock is the worst mother and how she doomed her child. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. We're going to get straight into this video.
Rock and her son been a talking point of the internet for a long time now. With Blueface causing drama with him, with her causing drama with him, it's every couple of days we seeing problems arise with her and his son.
Blueface?
But right now, she would get online and she would do an interview basically saying, look, you know, the doctors told me that my son was disabled, but I don't believe the doctor. I don't care about what the doctor's talking about.
What?
Don't tell me.
I ain't saying not even just that. It's like say if someone, a doctor, anybody speak against your kid or yourself, then you should not accept it, bro. Yeah. Anybody. Yeah. If they're guessing or whatever, no. The word said what the word said. God said what the God says. I don't have to accept what you. So it's really like me like protecting a revelation that I heard from the Lord over my son.
So she gonna start the prayer talk after drinking with a baby, fighting while she having the baby. The baby is deformed, developing slower than other kids, and she's just going to neglect the truth and then start the prayer talk now? I don't understand how you could become prayed up after making your flaws and showing the problems that you have with your life. You should be praying before things get the worst they can be. Everybody start shaking and praying when they at their lowest moments instead of building upon a good holy foundation. Come on now, bro. I'm gonna start the prayer talk.
A revelation that I heard from the Lord over my son.
And when she said this, it kind of took over the internet because over these past few years, Chrisean Rock has kind of been known as, I hate to say it, but a bad mom. That's been the entire talk around her name. Look at YouTube, all the videos, all the tweets. Every time somebody's speaking about Chrisean Rock, it's never because she did something so good. It's always because people feel like she's mistreating her son, her child. Like her son had genuinely been a controversial machine since he was born.
You don't gotta like it, but that's your image.
When she got pregnant, you know, Chrisean Rock is Chrisean Rock. People knew how she get. People found out she was pregnant and then they thought about that and it was like, is that a good idea? Because Chrisean Rock, if you don't know, was just known for having this toxic relationship with Blueface. They were known for beating each other up. They were known for mistreating each other. So people seeing this and they're like, damn, y'all gonna bring a child into this situation? It was like all hell broke loose when she got pregnant. Then she got pregnant and was still trying to live her regular life. She out partying, she drinking, she smoking, she doing all of this on camera.
So her trauma is
while she's pregnant. And you know the era of the internet. If you see something like that, if people see something like that, of course it's gonna be a conversation. Of course, people are gonna talk about it. And so back when she was pregnant, 2023, 2024, the internet was dogging her because they felt like she was already
Blueface shows to take match of Chrisean Rock and made she smoke before going into labor.
Was in her life, and basically enabling the shit. Instead of Blueface saying, look, you know, Chrisean, you shouldn't be doing that, Blueface's response was, look, other people do it. Why can't she do it? XJ said, write this. Blueface is seemingly...
Lots of women smoke weed until their last trimester. There is no effect. Don't shoot the messenger. This type nigga to say shit like this and then not even claim the baby when it comes down to it. You gotta do your research.
Defending Chrisean Rock after she was allegedly caught on camera smoking while pregnant. Blueface shared 2 messages on Twitter that appeared to address Chrisean being captured on camera smoking despite having a baby. Blueface was saying lots of women smoke until their last trimester. There's no effect, don't shoot the message. I'm only tweeting the truth, whether it's in her favor or not. I'm not biased. So, not only was she moving bad while she was pregnant, but her nigga was enabling it. He was encouraging her to do this dumb shit and smoke and drink while she was pregnant. But at the same time, he enabling her to do this dumb stuff. He was also saying, look, this ain't my baby. This is a conversation that just keeps coming back up. Remember a couple weeks ago, I made a video on Blueface saying that, look, this ain't my baby. And I dove into his side of the story. It was time for Chrisean's side. Back then, during 24, Blueface was still denying being the father. He would say this: there's an 8 out of 10 chance it's mine. I ain't gonna lie. The odds is high. So people on here that's like, I thought you said it wasn't your baby. I ain't stupid. I've been cracking. There's a 20% chance it's not my baby, but it's an 80% chance it is. Y'all gotta be more realistic. And I want you to remember him saying that. He was like, it's an 8 out of 10 chance it's my baby, right? When we get to his point later on, you gonna see him say, this isn't my baby at all. He's been contradicting himself over the past few years. But her and his relationship, if you somehow don't know, you should know. They've been known to be toxic. That's Blueface and Chrisean Rock. They fight each other. They embarrass themselves online. They put their worst moments on the internet instead of just keeping it in real life. And I think it was on purpose. It made them money. It gained them attention. Like I always say, attention is currency. And a lot of people will throw their morals out the window for attention, for currency. That's what they did. So many times we've seen these two embarrass themselves. I mean, posting straight sex tapes on Twitter just for attention. They fighting each other on Twitter just for attention. Anytime an inconvenience happened in their lives, they would immediately get online and speak about it and make it a moment because that's what they wanted to do. Remember the whole Offset, Chrisean Rock, Blueface situation where Blueface was out here saying, look, Chrisean Rock was sleeping with Offset and sleeping with this person, doing Blueface activity. And before I keep going on you this part in the video, you might as well sub. I don't ask that often. So if you can't hit that sub button, it is appreciated. Remember what I said though, Blueface was saying years ago, it's an 80% chance this is my son. Well, right now he on Twitter saying, this is not my son at all. Blueface is driving home the point that he's not the biological father of Chrisean Rock's son. He will post a tweet saying this, Junior is not my biological son.
No, she crazy as hell. She had a boy baby. Her name is Chrisean. She named the son after her, and it's a boy, and she a female. She ain't named the son after the daddy. She named the son after her. Ma'am, I don't think it works like that.
To his father Ronnie, I can no longer continue to plot. It don't feel right as a present father in all my kids' life to be discredited as an absent father to a child that's not biologically mine. I try my best to fill the blanks because his biological father is no longer with us, but I can't continue to plot. It just don't feel right. But he's saying this years ago, like you seen, like the detective work told you. That nigga Blueface said it's a 80% chance this is my son, but now it's not your son, and we don't have no tests, we don't have no proof, none of that. But without we going over exactly what I said in that Blueface video, basically Chrisean responded, she would say, look, you need help. This your son, and you trying to kind of normalize and not being in this child's life. But Chrisean been facing bad mom allegations since the start of time, and if I'm gonna be 100% honest, it's all her fault. Time and time again, we seen her purposely put herself in bad situations to make that child's life worse, actively. Remember years ago, Blueface was in jail. Blueface just got out a couple months ago, right? Back when he first got locked up, it was just Chrisean Rock. It was Chrisean Rock and her baby against the world, and that was that. Meaning, Chrisean was the only parent that was free. She was the only person taking care of this baby. She was the only one that was there for this baby as a parent.
I understand.
So she knew this, but was still purposely send herself to jail anyway. At one point, Chrisean knew she had a warrant. She was doing dumb shit. She had a warrant out for her arrest. And then she would get online when speaking on the warrant. She was like, look, y'all, I know I got this warrant out, but I can't turn myself in. You know, I got a kid to take care of. Blueface locked up. I gotta take care of my kid. I cannot turn myself in for this warrant. So she knew that she was the only person that could have been there for this child.
My warrant cleaned up. I've been paying off fees and getting rid of shit, talking to certain people to help my situation out. Cause you know I have my son, so the old me would have just turned myself in and dealt with it from inside to the outside of the jail. So whatever. So I don't be like, you know. But right now I gotta play cautious because you know I don't.
She got warrants.
I don't plan on being in jail while my son.
She got half a head.
I just don't plan on that at all. So.
This shit crazy. These folks.
Yeah, she did it anyway. Fast forward a couple months after she said, look, I can't go to jail for my son. She would go to jail for her son. Well, she would go to jail for Blueface, honestly. She would go to a Blueface court date knowing she had a warrant, knowing there was a 100% chance.
I don't think I want someone that's obsessed with me. Why would he put a baby in someone this obsessed with him? Firstly, okay? She crazy. She do anything so much. She get online and talk about how she don't want a baby. She just randomly shows up to a court date where it's nothing but police and judges and they got a warrant out for your arrest. Actually, we've been looking for your ass. Time for you to go up the road. Huh? And then she done drank and smoked with this really may be a terrible mother, one of the worst.
Gonna go to jail,
but I think she's just not all there anymore.
Tells you right this. Chrisean Rock's arrest stems from her having an active warrant in Oklahoma from a 2022 incident. This past March, Chrisean addressed the situation on Instagram Live, the clip I just showed you, saying she's not gonna turn herself in. She will go and turn herself in anyway. She went to this court date and lost her freedom for months. For a long time, that child didn't have parents. It was just the kid with his grandparents, with his papa, with his grandma. Like, for her to make that decision was probably one of the craziest moves we done seen on the internet. Point is, Chrisean Rock in situations like these ain't nothing new, and I don't think will ever stop because that's just who she is as a person. Right. She is a carefree, I'm do whatever I want type of person. No, so when we see her act like this, nobody is surprised anymore. I think the gimmick is kind of dying. We're kind of past that with them two. For a long time, people let it thrive. People was like, oh, you know, Chrisean Rock, Blueface, maybe, you know, she could change, maybe he could change, but I think we kind of past that.
Yeah, these folks
it's
too much
old.
Power.
People done seen this time and time again. This every couple months we see Chrisean Rock and Blueface getting into it, or Chrisean Rock getting exposed to being a bad parent. And like we see it right now, this is the exact conversation, the same thing that we done seen 100 times.
Take your son and stand him beside my son, and let's see which one of them know how to operate. Let's see. Hey, hold your son beside my son. Let's see which one of them can hold their head up.
Oh,
huh? How about that? Yeah. Put your son beside my son. Let's see them bark. Let's see them slap barks. Huh? Put your son beside my son. Let's see who can hold their fingers up to their no.
He called him
the
Blueface
internet kind of became doctors when she had this baby. She had this baby, and a lot of the internet started making fun of the baby. They started trolling her, calling the baby, you know, disabled, saying something was wrong with it. But we never knew if anything was actually wrong with the baby. It was just speculation. It was just the internet trying to play detectives. It was the internet just talking shit like they always. And we wouldn't really know the truth until Chrisean would come online and admit the doctors told her something was wrong with this baby. But she's choosing not to believe. She's saying, look, the doctors, yeah, they told me my baby ain't okay, but
it's different, and I'm confident in his growth. If I said it, he had a disability, then he... Right, but it's like I can't wait when my son start walking and talking. I'm gonna just be like, exactly.
Like I told y'all.
I said it. Nah, I told y'all. He told y'all. Shoot, I was just relaying the message. It's like one of those.
I'm just not gonna believe it. Which is like, it's an interesting way to think about that situation. Because you can have hope that your child could be normal, but to basically disregard what the doctor is telling you.
So look, listen, bro. You gotta watch the females who don't put the individual lashes on. If she put the whole thing on her eyelashes, bro, you gotta get away from her very quickly, bro. Like, I don't care what super trick she got, bro. If she puts the full bat cave over her eyes, bro, she gotta go, bro. Trust me, just trust me.
You can have hope that your child could be normal, but to basically disregard what the doctor is telling you is an interesting move, bro.
She tweaking.
But when you look at the pictures and the videos, it somewhat appears that there's some disability going on. Is that true?
There is no disability. The only disability is her.
Oh, shit.
Huh. She's not how can I say this? She's not like into it enough. You know what I mean? Things you normally do with kids, and you know how they start off walking and talking. It's a build up to that, and it takes a lot of you walking and talking to them.
This nigga is a walking
and that's where she's like,
right, because a lot of people think
he can stand.
Okay.
He can move. He's very agile. He's very mobile.
He talks.
He doesn't talk. He makes noises and stuff. You know, you can tell like if you put the time into it, it'll happen. But if you don't, it's not gonna happen for any baby, gang. Like if you have a baby and you leave him in the stroller all day, or you just leave him. You're not as intuitive and tender. You're not putting on these kid shows and things for him to see and hear kids. And any child's gonna be behind.
Right, because people think it's fetal alcohol syndrome.
No, he doesn't have any of that.
He doesn't have that.
Fetal alcohol syndrome?
But this time, it went real viral. I mean, so viral that we got Penguin Zero, Charlie, making videos on the situation.
They got that?
But what is a crime, at least should be.
Oh, no, it's over. It's over. If you see this man right here, this nigga bigger than the news itself. This bigger than being put on CNN. This nigga post you. Yeah, she's cooked. It's over. The end. This a whole different audience you ain't never seen before. I'm telling you.
The way that she handled her pregnancy. Chrisean Rock loved to party. I say loved like it's past tense. I'm sure she still currently does. But while she was pregnant, she still didn't let that stop her. You know, it wasn't an obstacle. She didn't pump the brakes because she's pregnant. She still went hog wild, partying, drinking and smoking while pregnant. And this was shown multiple times on camera, just shamelessly drinking and smoking while pregnant, which everybody knows is really bad for the baby. This is just one short compilation, but a lot of these clips go on longer of her drinking even more. And this is only what's been caught on camera. I can only imagine how often off camera she was also smoking and drinking. It's fucking terrible. And it's not like she didn't know. She even had that clip in there. She's like, it's alright, I can just abort the child, not gonna hurt me. Fucking evil mindset. Like, what? She couldn't stop herself.
But she would get on the interview and say this, and the internet has been on her ever since.
Bruh, Chrisean just said her son does not have a disability, and just because a doctor says he does not mean that he does. Oh, this has to be negligence at this point, bro.
It definitely is.
She just don't want to take responsibility for what she did.
Accept what she did.
You were drinking and smoking during your whole pregnancy.
Accountability.
And your child sadly suffered from that. Your siblings and family say it. You get mad at them for trying to take him to the doctor. Blueface mom even leaked messages showing that, he's about to be 3 years old and still is unable to walk, talk, or eat, or do anything by himself. But there is nothing wrong with having a disability. There's no shame in it.
Facts.
I believe in Jesus. But for you guys to sit here and say that if it's not Jesus saying it, then she's right. You don't have to believe what the doctor is telling you.
That's just negligent, though, to refuse what the doctor's telling you about your own kid.
But right now, we got Chrisean Rock self-destructing because she been getting a lot of hate. Probably the most hate she done got in a while. Because a lot of times she'll do something, it'll get a hate wave. But not like this. The entire world is talking about this situation.
She was really in the
Charlie,
club drinking.
Tango Zero, is making videos on the situation. Because the people have been saying a lot. The people have really been calling her dumb and telling her what she need to hear if we gonna be honest. And some of these niggas on Twitter might get a little out of pocket, but for the most part, a lot of people are telling her the truth. And she would kind of reply back with videos of her and her son going, she's like, oh yeah, he can walk, we can go to the party, he can do this, trying to prove to the internet that nothing's wrong with her son. That shouldn't even be the case at all. Why are you even explaining yourself to the internet? Why did you even come on here and say anything about your child on the internet? You trying to explain yourself and explain the truth behind your son to the internet doesn't really work because the internet don't genuinely give a fuck.
Yeah.
They just here to make fun of you. A lot of times I don't understand why people bring their personal problems to the internet because the people don't care. People on the internet will take whatever you give them and turn it into whatever story they want it to be. So for her to get online and try to explain her situation with her son in real life to the internet who genuinely don't give a fuck, that's a crazy decision to make to me. But goes back to what I said, they like attention. Doesn't matter if the conversation she's trying to
good or bad, they'll do whatever for this shit. Don't even make no sense, man. So let me know what y'all think about Chrisean Rock and her decisions as a parent. I think she has so much time to change her ways. She had a baby growing in her stomach for months and she couldn't let down her vices. And now it's very hard to accept that the wrongful decisions you made in your past have an effect on your present. It's difficult. I'm MasoMoney. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. But if y'all don't do none of those things, family, just watch another video. I'll see y'all in the next one.